leave me.
I'm leaving you.
It wasn't until later when we viewed the tapes that our editor Neil discovered two strange occurrences. One was this strange light which appeared at the top of the screen and seemed to move towards us in 3 stages. The second was captured at 4:30 in the morning when our producer Carl went down the same tunnel on his own. These have been described as orbs, which are said to be the first manifestation of a spirit. Could these strange events be related to the ghostly happenings of Aldwych Station?
It hasn't been the most enjoyable of investigations I've taken part in. It's not nice down here, I don't like it. I've been down here all day, there's no sunlight. Now, I've lived in London a lot of my life and I don't mind the underground, but this really has quite depressed me. I'm glad to get out of here. It's quite scary being in a place that's deathly silent. And I think, although I can't rationalise my fear that I felt when we were walking down the tunnels, I'm not convinced that it's paranormal or anything other than something to do with my subconscious that I don't understand, but I won't come down here again.
I feel that we've, with the help of Sam, that we've not just squashed the myth, but we've brought to the truth, to the front, what these so-called subterranean people were. People who decided to opt out in the time and come down here, fend for themselves, stay out the sunlight, and what have you. And the myth, apparently according to Jason, not that I know, that these people were half animal, half human, and what have you. Well, I can see the logic behind. Maybe the story will just continue on, but I like to think that Sam shed a little bit more light onto the truth.
As for Derek's story about being in contact and reaching out further in his psychic abilities to the subterraneans that live below London City, I find this incredibly hard to even think about. And I'm, to be quite honest, not even prepared to contemplate the possibilities of what on earth he's talking about.
Well, I was quite pleased for when I first come on the investigation, when I come to this level, because I was immediately made aware of a woman's presence, and she made me feel as if I was on the stage. She took me back in thought to a stage. She was an actress, and you know, that made me feel ever so good. So I take it that the theatre was very, very, very strong, linked with these foundations here. I'd carefully noted Jason. He was talking about this sense of foreboding. It appeared that if we looked at Jason's clothing, especially the army coat, energies are actually part of the clothing that people wore. And, you know, this could have been the feelings that were running through the man whose coat Jason has been wearing. Was he going to die?
Normally on these investigations, both for Most Haunted and just in normal investigations that I carry out, I am the person who is rational, I'm the person who's telling everyone else to calm down. Yvette, on these events, is the person who's screaming and getting carried away. And we had a complete role reversal in that tunnel. I was the scared little boy, for want of a better phrase, and she was basically telling me to calm down. There was nothing to be scared of, and I thought that was very interesting. I can't quite fathom that, but I'm glad she was there.
The last 24 hours have been interesting, to say the least, not just for me, but for every member of the crew. These deserted platforms and tunnels may not look much, but they hold many powerful memories for many people.